Happy IPL day, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of The Toss. Today, I'm going to be doing my IPL predictions with the first match of the IPL obviously starting today. Please drop your predictions in the comments. See how many you can get right at the end of the season as well. The way this is going to work is I'm going to do my predictions for the league stage and then overall predictions as well as some of my friends' predictions as well to see how they compare to mine. And at the end of the season, I'm going to review my predictions and have a point system. So the more points, the worse. So, for example, if I have Mumbai Indians to finish 10th, but they finish top, that would be 9 points because there's a difference in nine places. And then I'm also going to do my orange cap, purple cap, emerging player, etc. And for each of them I get right, that'll be minus 3 points off my total. Um, so yeah, let's get started. Right, so I'm going to start off with my predictions for the league stage. In 10th place, I've got the Lucknow Super Giants, LSG. It is a tough one to pick a team to finish in the bottom three. So I think a lot of those bottom five teams are very close together in terms of squad depth. But for me, the LSG just looks like a very average team. Last year, Nicholas Puran really did carry them throughout the whole tournament, especially at the start, getting so many runs. And I'm just not sure they quite have that firepower again. Mitch Marsh being a standout for them at the top of the order, but Australia kind of got knocked out quite early in the World Cup. Not sure if he's going to be in the greatest of form. Aidan Markram looks to be their pick in terms of batsmen to get them anywhere across the line. And then obviously a lot of people saying, what about Rishabh Pant? Well, my opinion on Rishabh Pant is that he's box office in terms of watching him, but I don't think he's still not cricket smart, in my opinion. I think if he's going to be the only person they rely on in that middle order, I think there's going to be many times where he just flicks the ball over his head, gets caught by the keeper at third man of fine leg, playing a silly shot, and then it's going to be trouble for Lucknow Super Giants. And I'm not sure they quite have that stability throughout their team. Most of their team does look quite average, to be honest. And yes, it's quite harsh, but I'm not really sure if they've got what it takes. They do tend to prove people time and time again wrong, doing better than people think every year. But I just don't think that's going to happen this year. And the bowling lineup just isn't at its strongest. Shami is getting older now. I'm not sure if he can also do it on his own as well. So I've got LSG in 10th place. In 9th place, I've got the Delhi Capitals. At the start, maybe about a month ago, I thought they were going to do very, very well in this tournament. Now, no Duckett, which is a big miss for them at the top of the order. Obviously, pulling out to help with the England Test team. He wants to get back in red ball form, which, to be honest, I think it's the right decision for him. Red ball cricket in England it's in a tough place right now. Obviously, in the last episode, I spoke about Stokes and Baz staying on as coaches. If you've not seen that, please go watch it if you're interested. I think he's made the right decision there. He was part of the controversy at the back end of the Ashes. And if he wants to cement himself as an opener on that side, I think it's good that he's taken those 2 months to practice for red ball cricket. But in terms of the Delhi Capitals team and fans, I think for them it does make their side a little weaker. Also, recently this week, we found out that Stark's a doubt for this tournament, at least definitely for the first 2-3 weeks. And if he plays at all, we're not sure. It's very much up in the air. Yes, he is still training with the Delhi Capitals at the moment, but he is still waiting for that all clear from the Australian Cricket Board. And whether he gets it or not, no one knows. I hope he does. He's great to watch. He'll be a great bowler for Delhi, but they will definitely miss him for the start of the tournament. And they're going to be relying heavily on Kuldeep in that bowling lineup and Lungi Ngidi, who, if we're brutally honest, Lungi Ngidi has always been an average bowler when it comes to the IPL. He has some good games here and there, but he often does just sort of fall off a little bit. And I'm not sure if that's how how sustainable that is for the Delhi Capitals. I know at the top they do have KL Rahul, who will play a massive part in their innings, and he needs to sort of play an anchor role, staying there for as long as he can, and rely on in the middle order over stages David Miller to come in and just do his magic. But you can't rely on two batsmen for a 2 month period. It's just not going to work for them. So that's why I've got them down in ninth. Eighth, I think from here on it gets even tougher. Eighth is KKR. Obviously, having a lot of past success in the tournament. I don't know if they've got what it takes this year. Sunil Ryan is getting old at the top. I know he proves everyone wrong every year that he still has what it takes, but time will run out eventually, unfortunately. And I'm just not sure if that opening partnership with him and Rahane is going to be a very good one, especially compared to a lot of the other opening partnerships in the tournament. There's definitely looks to be one of the weakest. Rahane, again, very hit and miss when it comes to IPL. At CSK, he was incredible. Um, Before that, he's been okay. I don't know what we're gonna get from him this year. If he does perform, KKR could do much better. Um, but I'm not really sure. But the other thing with KKR I'm not sure about is Cam Green, and obviously a big purchase, 2 million. But I think he's an average bowler and an average batsman, and I don't think it was that money was justified for Cam Green. To be honest, I just I'm not really sure what they're gonna get out of him. And I think also the money will put a lot more pressure on him as well in terms of performing in this tournament. And I don't I think he's going to be one of the disappointments of this tournament, unfortunately. Um, the other thing for KKR is that they do have Varun Chakravarti and Patrana as their bowlers, but Varun in that T20 World Cup showed that when we get flat track wickets, batting heavy wickets, he does struggle. And the Kolkata wicket at Eden Gardens just looks very, very tough for bowlers. It is where we saw that incredible India England game in the semi final of the World Cup. Lots of runs scored there. I think there's going to be lots of runs scored there throughout the tournament. Will Varun be able to keep up with that, especially with a lot of the weight on his shoulders when it comes to the bowling? I'm not sure, to be honest. I think he will have some magical spells, but I don't think he will be the bowler to rely on this tournament. I know he's number one T20 bowler in the world right now, but that does seem to be his biggest weakness. And if they're the tracks that he's going to be bowling on for half of his games, it is quite concerning for him and the Kolkata Knight Riders. Um, in seventh place, controversial one, I have Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think they can finish absolutely anywhere from top to 10th. This is probably the hardest prediction to make. Their batting just looks so explosive. I mean, obviously, Abhishek at top, Ishan Kishan, who's just in amazing form at the moment, Travis Head, obviously, Henrik Klassen, and Liam Livingston. It's just absolute power all the way throughout. Um, but I just think they're going to be taking on too much risk. That's my issue. Will they drop too many wickets early on? And I think that's going to be their main problem. I think that's why I've mainly got them lower down in this tournament. Um, I think they'll definitely be the most entertaining team in the tournament by far. I don't think any team is going to get close in terms of watching them for entertainment. But I think Sunrisers will struggle for that one reason. I think also no Pat Cummins, Ishan as captain. I'm not sure if he's got the maturity yet for captain. He will be developing, and it will be good for India to see how well he does as captain in the IPL. Of course, domestically, he's done very well as captain for Jharkhand, winning them the side Mushkan Ali Trophy in December. And he had an amazing knock in the final. I think it was 111 he scored. Ridiculous. But the IPL has a different quality of players, and it depends if he's able to manage them or not. And I think that's going to be a big problem for the Sunrisers. It depends how he's going to captain, and also how well their top order is going to do in this tournament. And obviously, missing Pat Cummins, that's a big one. I think he might be back towards the back end of the tournament, but he's a player that any team would miss if he's not available. Um, in sixth place, I've got the Chennai Super Kings. I think they'll definitely do much, much better than they did last year. I mean, they really can't do worse. No Dhoni for the start of the tournament, which is news from today. It looks like Sarfaraz Khan is going to come in. Still a very good replacement, but obviously the tactical genius of Dhoni is definitely going to be one to miss. And the quality behind the stumps, he's still showing time and time again that he's just got the reaction times that it look like they're never going to go away. He's an absolute wizard behind those stumps. And yeah, he will definitely be missed at the start of the tournament for CSK. But Sarfaraz Khan, I do think he will cement himself in that side, getting some game time at the start. He's an excellent batsman. I do think that he will get going and he'll prove himself to be someone in that side that they can rely on. In terms of bowlers, I think Nur Ahmed will perform very well for them. He's shown every year in the IPL that he's very good. I'm surprised he doesn't get as much game time for Afghanistan. He is a very, very good spinner. Um, and he will definitely pick up a lot of wickets for Chennai. And obviously, at the top of the order, that's where the magic really is. Sanju Samson now, a massive purchase for them this year. Uh, it's also Ayush up top with him and Ruturaj Gaikwad behind. It's just a very good front three. Samson is definitely going to shine throughout this tournament. He's now obviously in the same camp as Dhoni, which is definitely going to help support him throughout his IPL campaign. And he's always done very well in the IPL. So I think he'll definitely adapt to Chennai very well. The fans will love him there, and I think he's going to do a very, very good job. Um, Also, I think Fleming is a great coach, and I think he's going to help them get back to their best. I just don't think they'll get to the level of top four this year. That's my only thing with Chennai. I think they're a little bit weak in the bowling department. They're also going to miss Juddle for after having him for a very long time. He's an all rounder they really relied on. Had very big moments for them. I think that's definitely also an area which they're going to miss. Um, so yeah, Chennai in sixth, and in fifth I've got RCB, which I know a lot of people have them in their top four for this year. I think they're going to narrowly miss out, and my reasoning for that is no Josh Hazelwood this year, and no Yash Dayal, who were their two main bowlers last year, picking up loads of wickets. Yes, Bhuvi is still there. Bhuvi will do a job, but can they rely on him solely? I don't know. That's something we're going to have to see throughout the tournament. I do think they are a very, very good side, and they're going to have a lot of momentum after winning the tournament last year. That's what will definitely carry them through. But I think they'll just narrowly miss out on top four personally. I think Bethel will be a very, very big part to their campaign, and obviously Virat Kohli and Phil Salt up top are going to play a huge part. I think Kohli will definitely be a run machine throughout this tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there for the orange cap as well. Um, so RCB fifth. In fourth place, I've got maybe a surprise one, Punjab Kings. I know a lot of people have put them a lot lower down this year. I'm not 100% sure why. I think maybe some people are thinking, oh, they've not been too successful in the past, never won the tournament. Will that still be around that Punjab camp? I think they're going to do very, very well. One, Ponting as coach, excellent coach. I think he will definitely help get some brilliance out of them. Shreyas, I think there's going to be a bit of a revenge arc from him. Not picked in that T20 World Cup squad. Excellent player. I think I'm still a bit confused why he was left out that side, to be honest. I think he's probably India's best number four. So it is a bit surprising to me, but I think he's definitely going to want to prove his point now to say he should be there next time and he should stay in that side. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the tournament by storm and scores a ridiculous amount of runs this year. Um, Also, with Priyansh and Prabhsimran Singh at the top, I think last year they really impressed me, and I think they're going to carry on from that momentum last year and just keep pushing on at the top of, top of the order for Punjab and score a lot of runs. But the last reason why I think Punjab are going to do so well is their bowling. And Arshdeep Singh at the top picks up big wickets. And I don't think he's a bowler that you can really mess with. And the other one is Yavrendra Chahal. And he's always there in those middle overs, always there amongst the top wicket takers. And it's hard to just look past him. And the number of wickets that we see falling after the strategic timeouts now is ridiculous. And he's always bowling in and around at that time. The spin that he gets on the ball, that he slows his pace down quite a lot. He's a nightmare for batsmen. And I think those two bowlers together are going to be an absolute nightmare for the other teams in the tournament. So I've got Punjab coming in at fourth. Third, I've got the Rajasthan Royals. I think they are one of the most balanced sides in the tournament, and that's a theme within my top three. It was hard to pick between my top five onwards, to be honest, but the balance of the sides in the top three is what really set set them apart from everyone else, to be honest. The two purchases of Sam Curran and Ravi Jadeja are just ridiculous. I think they're two of the best purchases this year. Judul, they can rely on him wherever, batting, bowling, and in the field he brings such a big energy. And also with the ball, his overs are so quick. He never really lets the batsman just have a chance to think and just stop for a second. And that's why I think he's also really good. Um, and coming on to Curran, we know he can do a job with the bat and with the ball. He's just been so good in T20 cricket recently. And especially that ultra slower ball that he has now in his locker always tends to pick up a wicket. And he varies his pace so well. And the way that he varies his pace, the best way I can describe it, which sounds ridiculous, is that it's like having a mystery spinner in a pace bowler, which I know sounds crazy, but that's just how well he varies his pace and the amount of surprise that he gets to the batsman, in my opinion. I think those two are going to really cement themselves into that Rajasthan side and be really good. But you can't also forget, apart from those two, you've got Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Jaiswal opening the batting. You're just so explosive. Vaibhav, I mean, he's still 15, which is just ridiculous. Some of the shots he plays are just, yeah, it makes me really question, like, how is he not in the India setup yet, which is ridiculous. I don't think he should be because he's still quite young. He's done so well for the under-19s, but I think he's going to be one of India's greatest soon if he carries on like this. So explosive, clearly got a good cricketing mind on him, not phased by any bowler. He will attack and he will get a lot of runs. And I cast my mind back to that 100 he scored against Gujarat last year, and it was just ridiculous hitting. And I was just in awe watching it. Even as a Gujarat fan, I was just it was painful, but I couldn't help but smile watching that. He is just so good. Um, and then you look at their bowlers and you go Archer, Curran, Bishnoi, Jadoo. It's a very good side. I really think that the other 9 teams in the tournament are going to struggle every time they play Rajasthan, and that's why I've got them third. In second place, I've got the Gujarat Titans. I think that they've got one of the most balanced sides in the tournament again, as I said, a theme between the top three. Some of the changes that they made since last year, the team just looks unreal. Obviously, their top three is hard to look past. Gill, Sai Sudarshan, and Josh Butler just look ridiculous. Um, I think they're going to score a lot of runs. All three of them always amongst the orange cap. It's weird when it's they rarely lose more than two of them before the 13th, 14th over. They managed to get most of the way through the innings, scoring a lot of runs, and then it's just the middle order that fire. And I think in some ways they're a victim of their own success because the middle order is where they struggled last year just because they didn't manage to face enough deliveries throughout the tournament. And that's just because of how good the top three were. Um, but I think they're definitely going to be very tough to beat. I mean, you look at the side overall, obviously the top three, like I've mentioned, but Rashid Khan and Sai Kishore, who are ridiculous spinners. Saika Shaw, I think he didn't bowl enough last year, and I'd like to see the Gujarat Titans bowling him even more this year. He was very good, and there were some situations where he had overs left and they didn't go to him. And I think this year, if they do that, they're definitely going to have, they're definitely going to be a lot better in terms of that bowling department. And then Siraj, as the owner of a bowling department, he takes on that responsibility so well. When he's the frontline fast bowler, he always tends to get so many wickets and be so powerful, and he's so hard to look past. But then you also think they brought in Jason Holder, they've got Kagiso Rabada as well. It's just all round. There isn't really an area where I think they're weak, and the team is just so good. I think they definitely will finish in that top four, um, and they have done so well in recent years as well. So I genuinely think that Gujarat will finish in that top four, and I've got them as second. In top spot, I think it's going to be the Mumbai Indians. Surprise, surprise, by far the strongest team in the tournament. I know they sometimes struggle in the first few games of the season, but I think it's easy to look past that because when you look at their team, it's Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma opening the battings again. I'm really looking forward to watching that because the two of them, when they played together in the past, so good. And Quinton de Kock doesn't even look like he's come out of retirement. He's been batting so well for South Africa. And then when one of them gets out, is Surya comes in, and then Tilak comes in, and then Hardik comes in. Where is the weakness in that side? I don't know. They can bat for ages and ages. And then you look at the bowling and think, oh, are they weaker in that department? No, all I have to say is one word, and that's Bumrah. And then even if we take Bumrah out, there's Trent Bolt there, who's insane. And then you got Hardik Pandya, who can bowl very well. Will Jacks to bowl his spin. Where is the weakness? I genuinely don't know. That team is easily the best in the tournament on paper. Got them to finish first for that reason. My one piece of advice for Mumbai Indians: please don't bowl Shardul Thakur. So many times we've seen him in the IPL just bowl wide after wide and no ball, giving away so many extras. Use him as the sixth option. Don't use him as a bowler that you can rely on throughout the whole tournament. He will leak so many runs and give away so many extras. Sometimes he bowls one over and that's the game's slipped away. I don't think, I really don't think they should take a chance with that. Yes, he's there in the side. He's gonna, if he's there as a sixth bowler and a batsman towards the end, because he's just that all rounder. Because they've got a slot. Their team is so strong everywhere else. They can afford to have a slot like that. That's fine. But I don't want to see him be a bowler that they rely on for to bowl 4 overs every single game because I don't think that he will be reliable throughout the tournament, especially when you got the likes of Deepak Chahar up front. Obviously, Bumrah, Trent Bolt in the middle, they can bowl absolutely anywhere. Will Jacks, and then Hardik Pandya. I think that bowling lineup is stacked enough. If one of them is not having a great day, that's when you look to Shardul Thakur. Otherwise, I don't think he's a main option. Um, so that concludes my league phase for this. Now for my overall predictions. I'm going to start off with who I've got to win the tournament. I think of that top four, I've got Mumbai Indians, Gujarat Titans, Rajasthan Royals, and Punjab Kings. I think the two that the winner of the tournament is going to be the Rajasthan Royals, just because of how balanced their side is. I know that's a surprise with a lot of people going for Mumbai Indians this year. I think they may slip up somewhere, and the knockout stages is really anyone's game. And I just see the balance that the Rajasthan Royals have. I can see them just being really powerful and having the ability to get through any team in those knockout phases. And then I've got the runner up to be Gujarat Titans. I think it was really between them and Mumbai Indians as the runner up. I wasn't sure who to go with. I think the Gujarat Titans are hard to look past, as well as I know the Mumbai Indians are so good, but I think Gujarat Titans will get to the final this year. They're always in and around it. and I think they're going to get to the final, but I don't think they'll be able to get through the Rajasthan Royals in the end. As my emerging player of the season, I've got Mangesh Yadav from RCB. Obviously, no Hazelwood and Yash Dayal, as I spoke about earlier. And I think he's going to be the fast bowler that they bring in. Done excellent in domestic cricket this year. Um, he's probably one of the top uncapped fast bowlers in India at the moment. So I'd really like to see them bring him in. I'm not 100% sure how much game time he's going to get at the start, but in my opinion, I think he's going to be the emerging player of the tournament. My most valuable player, I've got it to be Ravi Jadeja. Big purchase. Obviously, I've got Rajasthan Royals to win the tournament, so I think he's going to be the main reason for that. He's going to get big runs. He's going to be around for the big moments. I think he's going to take big wickets, and you can't look past him. Some amazing catches that he's going to get throughout the tournament. As my orange cap holder, it really was up in the air between the top three of Gujarat and the top two for Rajasthan Royals. I think Mumbai's runs are going to be really spread out. They're going to go explosive throughout. Um, the only other one that I thought maybe could be up there was Shreyas Iyer, but ultimately I've gone for Joss Butler. I know we didn't have the greatest T20 World Cup, but it's hard to look at that when the guy is so experienced, obviously former England captain, always done really, really well in the IPL. And I'm not going to judge him on a poor World Cup when I know he's had time since then. He's definitely worked on his game, and I can see him just hitting the ground running, scoring a lot of runs and just taking the IPL by storm this year. And then for the Purple Cup, I've gone with Yuzvendra Chahal. I think he's going to play a massive, massive part in that Punjab Kings side. Excellent spinner. He's always up there in terms of wickets for the IPL. And with the Punjab Kings getting quite far this year, um, in my predictions, I think that he's going to be one of the top wicket takers in this tournament. Um, so that's my predictions for this year's IPL. So now, for the last part of this video, I asked a few of my friends for their predictions. So I'm going to run through them quickly. Starting off with my mate Aryan. He's gone for the winner of the tournament to be Mumbai Indians, which, as I said earlier, hard to look past them. I don't think there's much more I can say, to be honest. Ridiculous team. The runner-up of the tournament to be Sunrisers Hyderabad, which I'm not surprised. They really can finish anywhere in that in all 10 of those positions, and if their batting lineup explodes, which is very possible, scoring 250 plus scores consistently throughout the tournament, there's no reason why they can't finish in the top four and also go on to that final as well. So not surprised by that. He's got the emerging player of the season to be Blessing Mujrabani, the Zimbabwe fast bowler who is just ridiculous, playing for KKR. Very, very good World Cup campaign for him. Um, it's just for me whether KKR play him enough. I think they will. I think they'll realise in the next sessions that he's doing very well. And I think Zimbabwe as well, slightly going off topic here, I think Zimbabwe are going to be a country that are going to be very tough to beat in future World Cups. Now they're playing a lot of the top sides. Their players are going off to play franchise cricket against a lot of the top players and compete. And I just see them being very, very, very good in future World Cups, being on that same level as your Sri Lankas, your West Indies, and Afghanistan's, and just being tough for those big teams to beat, getting surprise results, especially this year getting to the Super 8. I think they're definitely going to, in years to come, be a very, very tough side. Um, then we've got the MVP of the tournament to be Hardik Pandya, which, if Mumbai win, obviously going to be instrumental to their campaign. Batting, bowling, and captain. I mean, he's going to do absolutely everything, and he always puts everything into the game as well. Never leaves anything out of it. 100% effort from him all the time, and he will definitely, definitely be up there as a contender, especially if Mumbai win the tournament. Orange cap, he's got Abhishek, which, especially if he has SRH to finish as runners up of the tournament, I can see Abhishek playing a massive part of that, scoring a lot of crucial runs. And we all know what he can do. Obviously, not the best World Cup campaign, but that doesn't really matter to me. He's number one T20 batsman in the world, explosive, high strike rate, high runs, tough to get out. He's going to have a big tournament, I think. And for the purple cap, he's gone for Jasprit Bumrah. And I don't think there's much more to say to this, to be honest. He's just magical. He's just unplayable for batsmen. I don't know what more I can say apart from he's Bumrah. So that's Aryan's predictions. Moving on to my mate's Dehan's predictions. He's got the winner of the tournament to be Mumbai. I think you could probably see a theme between these predictions, and he's also given me a little note for each one as well. So for Mumbai, he said strong batting and Bumrah, and just that word there, Bumrah, goes back to what I was saying earlier. I mean, Bumrah on his own just describes himself how good he is. It's just that's how good his bowling is. It's just unstoppable. Runner up, he's got RCB. Strong defense from last year is what he's put, and I can really see that happening. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, the concerns for me were Hazelwood and Yashdial being out, but I think RCB can definitely be a strong side and they could definitely go all the way, and that momentum from last year will definitely carry them this year. Emerging player of the season, he's got Prashant Veer for CSK, who I think, with Judgel going, he can do a big replacement job, strong domestic cricket. Again, it's whether he gets the playtime, which is probably a problem with a lot of these emerging predictions. It's quite hard to predict. For me, I think it's probably the hardest award to predict. But that's definitely a great choice. MVP, he's got Hardik Pandya. Again, with Mumbai winning, no surprise there. Again, a theme coming through these predictions. Hardik Pandya being the MVP. Orange Cap Virat, he's put a note here as get to the final as RCB are running up. So, yeah, playing a lot of games there, and we all know Virat is just a run machine, right? If he's going to play a lot of games, I don't see why he's not going to be amongst the Orange Cap. And then he's got Purple Cap as Bumrah, and again, I think I should just stop there. And then moving on to my dad's predictions, obviously watch every IPL game with him. So it's interesting to see what he thinks. He's got the winner as Mumbai. So again, theme between all these three predictions, Mumbai is winning. Runner-up, he's got Rajasthan Royals. We were talking about this yesterday, where he really does believe in Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi being very explosive at the top of the order. He's got emerging player of the season to be Vaibhav Suryavanshi, which I know how highly Dad rates him. To be just great cricketer. We're watching the under-19s games together, and some of the stuff he does is just, I don't know how someone of that age is able to play that quality of cricket. It's just absolutely ridiculous. MVP, Hardik Pandya, again, no surprise there. The theme across these predictions. Orange Cap, Sanju Samson, which off the back of his World Cup campaign, there isn't really any arguing with that. I think he can be one of the best batsmen in this tournament, especially if CSK go far. He's going to get a lot of runs. I think he's going to carry that batting lineup, and he's just unreal. And then Purple Cap, it's got Bumrah. So a very large theme. Everyone's gone Purple Cap Bumrah. Everyone's gone MVP Hardik Pandya, and everyone's gone winner Mumbai Indians. Let's see what happens when I review these predictions at the end of the tournament. But yeah, that's the end of this prediction video. Hope you all enjoyed. Please drop your predictions down in the comments below. Let's see how close we can all get, and I'll maybe review and reply to some of them afterwards to see what you've gone with. But yeah, please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment down below your predictions, as I said, and follow my Instagram and TikTok, which are in my bio as well, for more IPL content throughout this season. But yeah, let's all enjoy this IPL together. Thank you.